Good evening. This is the SoulOhm service. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is the SoulOhm service.
Believe it or not.
Somebody's got the sound on.
Good evening. Good evening. The SoulOhm service.
That's better. Sorry.
Brilliant.
I turned it off the telly, Mark, but the bloody PC sound was up, wasn't it?
Good evening,
Oh.
good evening, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the SoulOhm Service Live. We've got a special edition this evening. We have a special guest, Mike from MF Vape, and I always want to say vapes. I don't know why. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the show. How are
How you doing, Mark? I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show. And sorry about that little technical hitch. If you know me, everything that I do, there's always a technical hitch at the start of it. So.
You've got to have a technical hitch. We've got to. Just move me face up a bit. There you go. Good evening, everybody. How are we? Gail, Huggles, Goober. Hope you're working hard. Orion, good evening. Tim. God, there's a lot of people into this evening.
Good
Wow.
evening, Orions.
So, yeah, Zan. Good evening, Zan. He's calling me an amateur.
I am an amateur. I've only done 2 or 3 live vlogs, so have that.
Yeah. Oh, I need a drink now. Is it me or is it warm?
Sorry, but that's my effect on you, mate. You carry on.
Hi, Chris, Craig, Lisa. Oh, you said she wasn't home.
She isn't home. She must be somewhere else. She's not saying hello to me, though, is she?
No. And I get 2 kisses as well.
Yeah.
Very lucky. So, afternoon, Goober. How's work? Hope you're not getting into trouble listening to us. No? Good, good. So,
I'm
obviously...
very well, Leeds. Thanks. Sorry, Mark.
So
Carry on,
we type away normally in chat. Obviously, you're just catching up on chat. So, yeah. Everyone, if you've got any questions for our guests, please fire away and I will try and keep them up. Oh, don't about a bit warm. We need our summer. I know it's we can't complain. I know we shouldn't complain, but I am warm. It's Danny, good evening, sir. So, it's our little hour show. Just a little one. So, since you're the guest, Mike, what have you been vaping on and what are you vaping on?
Right, first off, I have been vaping on the Zeus Dual by Geek Vape. I've got it in the gunmetal there with the... I've got this little mod out, the old iJoy Genie, which I've had for a few months, and I don't use it that much, but because it's gunmetal, I thought it actually looked quite cool.
Yeah,
with the old Zeus on top.
That
Not a
Zeus
bad
is
little
big.
tank, this. So hopefully I have the review up over the weekend. It was going to be sooner than that, but I had a bit of a hitch on the video and realised I had a load of toothpaste all over my jumper. So when I went back to edit it, I was like, what the hell is that doing on my jumper? So it's been delayed. I'm going to have to re-record it again tomorrow. So that's a bit of a shame.
That's
But,
worse than the cabbage on the mouth, isn't it?
Oh, mate, I couldn't believe it. It was so funny because I was there last night having a look at it and I was thinking, what the hell's that? And I cropped my phone out to have a look because obviously I do all my recording on my phone. And I thought, that either snot or toothpaste. And I thought it shouldn't be there. So it's unfortunately not going to go out, that one. But so that's that. And I've also got the Furion by Lost Vape with the gold Recall Rebel on top.
Oh, that's
I'm really
nice.
getting on with this. I'll tell you what, have you got the Rebel, Mark?
I haven't got the Rebel. I've got the Recoil.
Really good flavour I'm getting from that. I'm really surprised, actually.
Do you use the that Delrin drip thing at the bottom?
Yes, I have got that in.
God, frick me to death. My wife scaring me to death there. Hello, Delrin. Does it work?
I think so. Because I'm actually using the you know the chuff cap thing with the little lid. It comes with two barrels. Like the actual main barrel, I find it a bit too airy for me. So I prefer this one that's just got the two teardrop holes.
Yeah, well that's like the recoil, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the original, and I love the airflow. It's because I never had the original, so I'm rocking it just like that, and I'm squonking with it, and I haven't had it come out of those airflows at all. So I think the Ultim must be doing something right. So yeah, but getting on with that. Yeah.
So what's the mod like then?
The mod, it's really nice actually, Mark. What I found with it, obviously because it's mechanical, I'm just rocking a couple of stainless steel micro cores basically. It's coming out quite low, about...
hello from Stoke-on-Trent.
0.1 something it is, and the ramp up's really good. But if you're putting in a couple of aliens or something like that, you're going to notice a lag, and obviously your battery's going to be struggling. Whereas on like something like the regulated, it's not quite so much of a drama, is it?
Yeah,
but,
I mean all my mechs are at the present moment. I'm using 317L. Stainless steel 21 gauge. And that ramps up really nice. It's got a really nice crisp flavour as well. Very clean.
Yeah,
so,
I've never used the 317L. I've got the 316L. And yeah, the last thing I'm vaping, I'm sorry, there's three things, Mark. We've got the Rage Swonker, which everybody in chat, you can find the review up on the channel for that. I've just done that this week. So a little plug there, Mark, and the Supersonics on top if you want to check that one out as well.
I will be putting your link in just a second. I haven't got Nightbot, so you have to bear with me, everyone. There you go. Your link is in chat, and I will keep on putting your link in chat through the show.
Thank you very much, mate.
So, your Squonker that we've just been looking at, is yours the first edition Squonker?
It is the first edition Squonker, and I haven't taken it apart yet because I did see your link that you gave me, and I knew there was a fix out. Because basically, what it is, everyone in chat, this bottle is a little bit stiff, but because it's been lubed up a few times, there isn't much of an issue. So I've thought that there's a couple of O-rings that are at the top holding the bottle in. And when I first went to do it, it was royal stuck in there.
Yeah.
So there is a known issue, and what you can do is take the back panel off and take out one of those little O-rings and just have the one O-ring, and then it's apparently a little bit easier. But I'm having no dramas now, so I probably will do it. But at the moment, it works. So
yeah, if it's not broken, why fix it, type of thing. So
well, exactly. But, it's good that there is a fix and he's put the video out there. That's really good of him.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice of him as well. Obviously, I think by all accounts, Grim Green was saying that he's been going through every batch himself just to make sure that they're all right. That's how dedicated he is. So it's always a nice thing. So, what juices are we vaping on? Oh, good. Oh, juicy. No, he didn't hear me. What juices are you vaping on?
Are you talking to me? I thought you were talking to chat, Mark.
No, I was talking to you.
I've just got some homegrown at the moment. I've run out of me bought stuff. I had such a big credit card bill last month from going away to Expo and everything and buying too much vape gear that I've had to take it a little bit easy. So we've just got I think it's some sort of blackcurrant with raspberry and a bit of strawberry in it, I think, a bit of a mixed fruit. And I need to mix up some more, really. Yeah, that's it, really, Mark, for the juice.
Right, for me, then. It's my turn, I suppose. Well, everyone will know what I'm on. Dead Rabbit with me Purge. Oh, I just love this thing. Oh, I just love it. So I was treating myself. I'm on me Lemon Lush. Oh, it's sort of like my evening wear, this. This is evening. So I'm really enjoying that. What else have I got? I have got, obviously, the Super Bat that I've just done the release of yesterday. Obviously, that normally comes with the Frogman tank. But I have got, what's it called now? The Turbo RDTAL from Vaptio, which you can either have it in tank mode or you can have it like it is now. Believe it or not, that is an RDA mode.
That's a tall one, isn't it?
That's a serious tall one. It's got a velocity style deck, and obviously it's got a juice well as well, which is quite deep. So plenty of flavour, really quite nice. So I think that looks quite matchy on there, to be honest with you. Got that one.
It's nice.
I've got the Aspire, what is it? The FeedLink Revo kit. Quite enjoying this. Now, it's got them flat coils on top, which is a bit... But I've actually quite enjoyed it. It's been wicking up quite fine. And straight out of the box, nice flavour. So I'm quite impressed. What else have I got? I have got my Billy Bargain mech mod, which is the Mad Dog from Desire. Me 15 quid from Expo. Ha. I've got the... Now, are we saying... You can help me on this one. Is it Aquitas?
I say Aquitas. Anyone in the UK would say Aquitas, but apparently if you're in America or elsewhere, you'd say Equitas.
Equitas.
That's what my understanding is of it, yeah.
And you've already done your review of yours, which I've already seen. So, you was having problems with taking the top off, is that right?
No, not the top, taking it off the mod.
Oh, taking it off actually the mod. See, I've not had any problems with that.
Just spinning. Because if you want to adjust the airflow, and you adjust it, it ended up just spinning when you went to turn it the other way.
Right. Yeah,
because all right.
Mine's locked, completely locked on either side. So turn it, locked.
Yeah, and take it off the mod then.
So if you take it off the mod, just there you go.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Yeah. My one, I had two, and both of them had issues. The first one, I couldn't adjust the airflow because the O-ring had seized in it. The second one, it was too loose. So when you adjusted the airflow, you went to take it off the mod, and it didn't come off. So, what's his name? Ambitions, Derek, isn't it? He actually commented on the channel, what you got to do is sort of yank it off and twist at the same time, and it will come off. So it does work.
I don't think that's an ideal situation. So obviously I've got a fault with yours then, because obviously it seems to be all right.
Yeah,
so I was looking for
flavour on it's really good, isn't it?
I'm quite impressed with it. It does remind me of a dead rabbit.
Yeah, I've never had that, so that's why I thought it was really good. I expect the dead rabbit would be as well. So
I've got obviously the airflow at the highest position, obviously, and it just kind of reminds me of a dead rabbit, especially with the look of it as well.
Yeah,
that the look does. But obviously, you've got a semi-postless deck. Would you class it as?
Yeah, it's raised, isn't it?
Yeah,
raised postless.
Yeah, So I've been enjoying it.
You have to have long leads on it, don't you?
Yeah, you have to have very long
legs.
leads.
I mean,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so I've been enjoying it. It's got a nice flavour to it. I do like it. So got that one. I have obviously got the another one that you've already reviewed. The Turin.
Oh yeah.
Now I've heard. I've had no problems with mine, but I've heard that they're having problems with the actual button. Have you heard anything?
No, I didn't have any problems at all with mine.
Oh, I've had no problems with mine, but by all accounts, the actual plates on the inside are cracking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the company's actually turned around. They've turned around and said if you got that issue, that you can just send it back, and they will already fix it for you for nothing and send it back to you. So,
are you sure it's not that they just look cracked because they're in 4 pieces?
Yeah. Well, I can only go on what people say, but I've had no problem. It's
supposed to be like that. Yeah, they look solid as you like. To me, I had it all apart 2 or 3 times. And are you finding it's really quite easy to get to push the button because it's quite a loose throw?
Very, very loose. It's very spongy. I've got a very spongy throw on this.
Hits quite hard though.
Do you know something? I was saying to a friend of mine the other day about this mod. Maybe 2-3 years ago, you would be paying over £100, at least over £100 for this quality of mech.
Oh right.
Really would do. And this is what is it? £40?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Got the Goon V1 on top of that. What else have I got? I have got the OBS Engine 2. Enjoying that one. Review's coming out next week. Oh, Skills, you've got the Dreamer stacked. Ooh, very nice. Bill's got one stacked. That would look nice. The Dreamer stacked.
Bill's saying the Touring has a few issues of auto firing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, by all accounts, I've got it on top chat instead of live chat. That's it.
I am as well.
Yeah, good to say. By all accounts, the plates have been cracking and it's auto firing. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'll have to have another look at that. That's not very good though when you hear things like that, is it? Especially with a Mac Mic mod.
Yeah, especially with your Mac mod. Yeah, definitely. It is a worrying factor. But so far, touch wood, I've had no issues.
It looks good as well, doesn't it? That Cerakote finish, I think, looks awesome.
To me, it almost feels like stone. It's got like almost like you know,
smooth, isn't it?
Oh, very smooth. You know, like marble. It's almost got
Yeah.
that kind of, because it's always cold. No matter what
Yeah.
I do, it's always cold.
Have you
Vaping
got
Irish.
21700 in it, mate?
No, I used an 18650 with mine.
Oh, right. What, VCT 5A or something like that?
Yeah, VCC 5As, yeah, in this one. And yeah, I just, for some reason, it feels like it's an 18650 mod to me.
It's quite small, isn't it, really?
Well, I mean,
What it is.
considering my truck, there you go. I mean, look at size difference.
Isn't there?
Yeah, it is surprising how small it is, and it holds a 2700. Well, it actually holds a 21700 and all, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I've been using. Those new, you know, those Vape cell, the 35 amp CDA ones, continuous discharge.
Yeah.
And it does work really well on it. They've got a new tank out as well, Tauren. The Tauren tank RDA.
RDA, yeah.
Which I'm going to have to get. But the only snag was that I saw, you know, like the loop, the leads are going, the screws are going the adjacent.
On the side.
So, have the lead, so it's going to twist your aliens around. But it'd be all right with round wire.
Yeah,
But,
I think they're more designed, to be honest with you. I mean, that loop, I think that is definitely more designed for round wire than it is for like posh, and you know, your staple aliens or things like that, or your Claptons that will twist. I think when I was messing about with it, I used some of big boy coils in it. And straight away, it caused them to twist and all sorts. And I thought, yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
So on this, when I put on the second one, I bent the wires round so they fitted in. So it wasn't too much.
Do it beforehand.
Yeah. So, but on the Engine 2 by OBS, everyone knows I'm not a big tank fan, but to be honest with you, I don't mind OBS stuff. It's all right. It's all right. It's got a nice flavour. Easy deck to build on. It's one that you swing your coils in. They hang underneath. So a bit like that cavalry kit that I did. So they swing underneath. So yeah. Overall, I've had it's been nice. I've had no dry hits or anything like that. It's really easy to wick. Really easy to coil. Bit whistly on the top, as someone's already mentioned in chat.
Yeah, I think Stuart did, didn't he? How you doing, chat, by the way? I'm ignoring you completely. But,
so I've got that, and the last thing I've got, two last things. I've got my Dead Rabbit SQ on my double barrel.
Oh, right.
But I've got 2 coils in it.
That's clever.
So I thought, I'll have a... Turn it on, Mark, you'll be all right.
How'd you manage to do that then? Just using the same holes for each one then?
Yeah. That's a
Hi, Salford.
I always thought that this could have done with being a 2-post deck, because obviously the flavour what we've been a 22 really nice. So messed about and it worked. So I was quite happy. Last thing I've got is the V-God Pro, but I've got the drop RDA on that, and that's about it for me. Juice wise, obviously I've got my Lemon Lush. I have got my Fizzy Lemon from what they're called now, Glaze. I've also got Mr. Zing Orange Punch, and I've got my Homebrew Lemon, and I've got my Peanut. There you go, and that's it. That's me done. Thanks ever so much for watching. Right, chat, good evening, chat. I'm sorry I'm not in my usual hellos and everything like that, but obviously we do have our guest as tonight. So we're going to talk to our guest and we're going to ask some questions. Are you ready, sir, for your questions? We wanted to get to know you. Who is MF Vape? So let's hear your journey. How did you start from going from, I assume, from cigarettes to vaping?
I started a few years ago, actually. Probably the first time I tried it was when a mate who was in the band that I was in, he started doing them back in the day in about 2010, and obviously I tried it then because I was still a smoker. But I wasn't that impressed back in. Obviously the old school ones aren't exactly brilliant, but yeah, so it didn't really wean me off them at all. So it wasn't until about 2013. Well, I did do vaping, but I wasn't. It didn't wean me off it. It wasn't until I got the Subtank Mini, I think, or no, the Pro Tank 2 was like a mouth-to-lung style not a sub-ohm tank. It wasn't even a sub-ohm tank. It was a stock coil tank. And then I started recoiling and re-wicking the coils. I was looking at Rip Tripper's videos because I was thinking I'm getting fed up with buying my own coils because I'm a tight ass. So that was my first venture into rebuilding. And then I got the Subtank Mini, which I think was 2014. And then I did my first sub-ohm coil, like 0.50.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually really thought, this is really satisfying me now. Because I was always a part of me thinking, do you know what I mean? I'm still like thinking about smoking. And when I was going out and things, I might have had the occasional cigarette. And it wasn't until I started doing the sub-ohm vaping and getting obviously more cloud production stuff that it actually weaned me off. And then since then I went on to my rebuildables, RTAs and RDAs. RDAs is only the past 2 years or so. But yeah, so that was that really. And now I don't, even if I go out now, I have a drink now and I'm more than satisfied having a good old toot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what was
really.
Was the setup that was the actual turning point? Can you remember?
I think it was the Subtank Mini. You know, the Subtank was the taller of the. I didn't get that. I went straight for the Mini because I thought it looked a bit too tall. And yeah, that was the one really, and that's because it had its own little deck that you could build on. And obviously, I was totally new. I'd only recoiled the Pro Tank coils, which are a really small little coil. And basically, I got a surgical needle, and you use really thin gauge wire. Yeah. And I wouldn't have had a clue until I started watching the videos. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm no Sparky or anything like that. But I tried it and I actually succeeded. And when the Subtank Mini came out, it actually seemed a lot easier. I thought the deck was huge. Yeah. And you look at it now and it's bloody tiny. Yeah. It's really hard to do. And yeah, so that was the one. The Subtank Mini, that was the one that I have big respect to that tank because that's what really kicked me off the stinkies for good, really. Yeah.
So what made you get into reviewing? What was that initial, wow, I think I'm going to start doing this?
I never thought about doing it. I used to, like with a lot of people, they like buying new stuff, especially blokes and their toys and vape gear. Yeah. So I was buying a lot of new tanks and mods and whatever else. And it was my stepson, Frankie, suggested it. He said, why don't you do some reviews then? And I was thinking, no, I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? I played in bands and stuff before, but actually going onto the telly and recording yourself, like it was like, oh, I can't. And then I suddenly thought, well, actually, I might do, because I was watching lots of different reviewers, the American ones, the British ones, lots of them. And I just thought, sod it, I'll put the Reload copy on there. I'm not going to say what it is. You might get bloody a strike for saying it. But
I know what you mean. Yes.
I did I thought I'll show how I rebuild it, and it was a bit of a car crash because the trouble is when you're doing it live, I used a shaving mirror, elastic band, and my phone, which is what I still use to do the recording. But it's got a really good camera on it. So, but it's a lot harder doing builds live than it is in real life. And I was faffing around. I cut the legs too short, but I still carried on anyway. And then I was trying to space it like on the coil, on the deck. And but it still got me about 2,800 views. It's still getting views now, and I'm like cringing every time I get a view. but sod it, it's doing well, so leave it on there, innit?
Yeah. Well, excellent. So, got to ask this question. You've probably already been asked this question before. What do you want to bring to your channel, and where do you see yourself in a year's time?
What do I want to bring to it? What I'm trying to do, Mark, is just put informative reviews out there for the people to decide for themselves whether they go out and buy something. I haven't got a lot of advocacy or anything on my channel, admittedly. Obviously, I am all for advocacy. But what I'm trying to do is just show products what they really are. I purchase all of my products. I have been given the coily tool. So the review will be coming out for that. That's another one that's buggered up the other day as well because I had the wrong top on. Was
that the one with the curry stain?
Yeah. Something like, or the snot or whatever it was. But I am getting some juice as well. There is going to be a juice review coming to MF Vape in the next 2 weeks because. He's going to hate me for this, but I can't remember his name. But I think it's Vaporaholic. Face kindly sent me over some juice for review. And I'll obviously be telling you what the actual proper name is of the company and everything. Because I'm live now, I can't think of his name.
It's the usual case, that, though. Right. If you get put on the spot, you...
Brain fart. But yeah, so I thought I'd try a juice review out. And hands up to him. He knows I haven't done a juice review, but I've done plenty of hardware ones. So
and to be honest with you, that is quite a change because most people, when they actually start out reviewing, like myself, started out mainly on juice and then progressed to hardware. It's normally that way round. But yeah, it's nice where it's a different way of doing it. So. What else would you like to do? You know, obviously we're talking about in a year's time. How do you think your channel has progressed and changed?
Well, since I started back in late October, I've managed to gain about 780 subscribers, and a big part of that is to the help that I've had from first of all WN8 Vapes and yourself, and also Vaping with Vic, who shouted me out a couple of months ago. And he also got me on his live show. And to me, that was the biggest respect that I could get by getting on the UK Vape show. And I've managed to gain about 250 subs from it, so, or more than that even.
Yeah.
So I think I'm feeling quite proud of myself, that the fact that I've managed to get that many subscribers in about 6 months of actual reviewing. But what does it for me is the comments and the interaction that I get from my audience. They wouldn't be worth doing. I get views and stuff, but unless anyone actually comments, there's no point. And I get quite a lot of positive feedback, and that's what keeps me going. Because at the end of the day, if it's helping out someone, then that's my job done.
Yeah.
And I also enjoy doing it, so everyone's a winner, really. So.
Well, I mean, it's like I said to you at Expo, I love your style. You've got a really nice... You're very similar to how I am, very relaxed. You're not in people's face or anything like that. You're very relaxed, but very informative as well. And you go into quite some detail when you're actually showing your builds and things like that, which I absolutely love. I think they're great. Really...
Thanks, mate.
I really do like it. So,
cheers.
What would you, obviously with your channel, are you going to thinking about progressing in hardware, you know, cameras and things like that?
Yes, obviously the thing is though, Mark, as you probably well know, I've got a family here. I've got the 2 boys are still living here as well. I've got Lisa, and so obviously we haven't got an endless supply of funds. So at the moment, I've just been making do with my setup. I do need to invest in a PC and an external camera, definitely, in order to progress it further. But so, like I say, it's just trying to, get enough funds together to be able to do that. But the good thing is, my phone is still working. It's been getting a lot of use out of it. This is one contract that's been fully.
Out of curiosity, what phone is it?
The LG G5.
All right.
I've had it about 2 years.
Mm.
The upgrade's due in September, I believe. So yeah, obviously I do need to get a new laptop because my one is archaic, and as you probably might have gathered on UK Vape Show, I started streaming with that on, and it was just breaking up all the time, and it's not good enough to do live stream or anything. So I've just got to.
Out of curiosity,
do that.
so what editing software do you use?
I use that's all done on my phone as well.
Really?
PowerLink. No, what's it called? Power Creator, I think it is. I've actually paid for it, £5 or whatever it was for the actual app.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad bit of editing software for what it it can do. It's not bad, but obviously I need to progress, so I do need to get the proper PC and the proper editing tools, because it is a bit fiddly having to do everything on your phone. It takes me a long time, as you can well imagine.
Yeah.
You're using your pinch and whatever, and I need to. I prefer to have separate audio channels and stuff like that, and, so it is slightly limited. So,
to be honest with you, I mean, when I think sometimes people don't really appreciate this side of it. UK Andy, I don't think people appreciate it. The watching in, how much actual work goes into actually editing and doing the videos than the actual selves. But to actually do all the editing on a phone, I think that is honestly hats off to you, mate. Really, because it is not an easy job. It really isn't. So. But I will let you into a little secret. Ruby Roo did the first 2 years on a phone.
Oh, really? Oh, that's all right then. Like I say, while it's still working, I can still carry on my content. But obviously, that's I do need to invest, because I do want the channel to grow, and I want it to get better, and I want to get the quality better. So, yeah.
Right, your theme tune at the beginning of your intro. Who is it?
Yeah.
Because
it's actually one that I recorded. I used to write my own techno back in the 90s, because I'm a bit of a. When I was 18 or so, it was the early 90s, just when the Prodigy and everything was coming out, and I was heavily influenced by the UK rave scene, and so I got my first keyboard in 94, 95. And I got a workstation, a Yamaha workstation that basically had a little floppy disk drive in it and everything. And I got a sampler and everything, and did my own techno from scratch using a sequencer. And so that theme tune is one that I've copied off a tape. I only had it because my floppy disk drive, all the discs got warped and everything because they were left in the garage too long. So I had no physical proper digital copy of anything, and the only thing I had was an audio copy of my taped onto a cassette. For anyone who's young out there, we used to listen to things on cassettes, and I managed to convert them to MP3 a couple of years ago. So I thought, I'm going to use that, put it on the channel. I thought, because
I like it.
I enjoyed making them, and I thought, sod it. I know it's a bit dated, but that's me. I don't care what the norm is or the.
Well, I mean, you can tell with my guitars I've got. I don't go by the norm. Definitely not. Because it's something that I've been thinking. You know how I do on me Up and Closey. I've got music on it. I was thinking of actually started doing my own music as well. I've put in a couple of bits and pieces now and again on them.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, have you not done that yet? Then?
No, not mainly. It's more time than anything else. Obviously, what with me, both of us, we're full-time workers, and you've only got a limited amount of time to sit down, do the review, or you sit down and do your music. It's one or the other type of thing. So, but yeah, it's something that I would like to actually get more into, because obviously I play keyboard and things like that. This is basically really my studio, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I used to be really heavy into mixing and things like that as well. So we've got a fair bit in common.
Oh, right. Did you do, the old deck mixing as well?
Oh, no. I'm on about mixings for, audios and things like that.
Right. Actual studio mixing.
Yeah, studio mixing and things like that, yeah. Oh, God, yes.
I was going to say, before people think I'm being a bit, what's the word, narcissistic or whatever it's called. The reason I'm using my own material, because I thought that no one can do me for copyright strikes because it's all my own material. So that's the reason I use it as well.
Yeah.
And my old band Juice, I asked the lead singer the other day. We saw him around my brother's a few months ago. I put a couple of those videos on my live, not the live blog, the expo blog. And he said he didn't mind if I used them because there was 4 of us in the group and we each had 25% copyright ownership. So I've just used them, and I thought, well, no, I can't get a copyright strike if I do that. So
well, it's the reason. It's one of the reasons why I started using, because a lot of the music that I use is from actually YouTube, and I thought, well, it saves all the messing about with copyright strikes, and if they don't know, they might strike you and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been using that at the present moment. But I'm definitely wanting to get into recording my own stuff, because I'm very when I play on my own, I'm very Mike Oldfieldy. Best way of explaining.
Really? Oh, I love Mike Oldfield.
Yeah,
Tune of the Bells and that.
Yeah, I love. I'm big that kind of. So my taste of music goes from sort of like deep south blues, but I like me early electronic stuff as well. I'm a big Depeche Mode fan and things like that.
Yeah, I am as well, Mark. Yeah.
So yeah, I've got everything on vinyl.
What about Jean-Michel Jarre? Did you
Oh,
ever
yes.
listen to that?
Yeah, you got Jean-Michel Jarre. I saw him in Docklands.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to Docklands show back in, what was it, 89?
1889.
89? Were it 89 and 90? No, I think it was either 89, yeah. 1989, yes.
That must have been brilliant, because he used to like all his lathes and stuff, using the old touch and the old lasers. And, no, it's funny because someone on my channel the other day said it's actually, he watched it, I think it was the Arctic Vapor, another reviewer out there. He said, oh, that reminded me of Jean-Michel Jarre. And I was thinking, I never thought of that, but maybe I've been influenced subliminally. And when I was writing that particular piece,
well, every time I hear it, I listen to it and I'm thinking, I'm sure I've heard this. This sounds familiar, and I can't think. So that's why I asked you. So like, I like this. It's one of, because I used to like, especially back when I left school, roughly 80. When did I leave school? Yeah, 87. I left school. Oh, yeah. And just before I was leaving school, I was heavily into the electronic stuff. So, but I was listening a lot from Europe, so obviously Depeche Mode and things like that, so Yazoo, all them lot, Ultravox, blah, 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 carried on. There's loads of other weird ones, wonderful ones. Yeah, Newman, all them lot. And it was a lot from, especially in Germany and around that area, that was really that kind of style of electronic that you do on your intro. And I thought, oh, this sounds interesting. So obviously, I watch your reviews, and there's a bass.
Yeah, and obviously I play bass as well, and that's what I played in the band. Because playing live, I love playing the bass. It's because you can just get out there and jump about a little bit, can't you? And especially distorted bass.
Yes.
Because our band was a little bit heavy in the main, and it was good fun. Totally
I call like that. See, the beauty about me, and I am quite lucky, I like that much variance of music. So I never listen to something and think, oh, that's right. No, I really do like a diverse range of music.
Same as me, mate. Yeah.
So I go from like Metallica to blooming, like we said, Jean-Michel Jarre, or I can go from blooming, C6 Steve to sort of like some weird blooming punk band. I just love music terribly. So I had to find out what that was about. So are you going to do more music?
Actually, new music. The trouble is, any music that I am putting on there is obviously my old music, because my keyboard's still around my mum's house, and because the actual disk drive and everything broke, I can't really save it. So if I was going to do that properly, I'd have to get all the new equipment in and everything else. So it's more expense, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah.
And more time, because when you work full time, I do accountancy in an office every day, and then I have to come home. So I do a full day's work and then come home, like you can probably concur with. and then you end up doing another 4 days' work doing your reviews and editing. Because even doing like one video sometimes takes a long time, especially for me because I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm a little bit particular. I don't like putting out stuff if it looks crap.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to be a bit more relaxed about and let stuff go through with mistakes in it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I work in an office. I do 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week. Yeah, 12-hour shifts.
60 hours a week.
I do 60 hours a week plus. Plus. So yeah, I do that every week in, week out. Plus, I do my reviews. So what I've ended up having to do is on a Sunday afternoon, I do my up and closey work, and then obviously I do the review that I release on Monday. I actually do that on Monday night after work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bloody
then
hell.
edit it all together and everything, and then release it on the Monday. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You actually record and put it out on the same day?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so like I've got it down to a fine art now.
I was going to say you must have, mate.
Roughly taking me to do a hard way, because obviously you're only doing your up and, your FaceTime. If I don't make too many mistakes, because I do get wobble gob a lot. And what I mean by wobble gob is that just words don't properly come out and things like that.
Yeah.
Or you'll add something, or you'll not remember to say something, or you'll call it something that you shouldn't call it. So we all get them. So obviously I've tried my best to keep that to a minimum, and I've roughly got it down to now roughly about 2 hours-ish.
What, from actually
recording it, editing it, and getting it up, yeah.
Bloody, yeah.
Yeah, so I get home, most evenings I get home round about the 5 o'clock-ish type of time. I have a quick something to eat, say hello to my wife, give her a kiss, and then I'm straight up doing it. So yeah, it
is a full-on job, isn't it? Really, as well.
Yeah.
Like I don't, because you do all your live stuff as well, don't
yeah,
you? So,
yeah. I do a live show on a Tuesday. Don't forget to see me on Last of the Summer Vapes on the Vape UK Network on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. Shameless plug there. Right, I haven't seen. Has everybody in chat given me a like? I hope you have. You have, haven't you? Of course you have. You've all given us a like, haven't you? Got to be cheeky in this one. So please don't forget to go and check out MF. I want to call it Vapes. It's not. It's MF Vape. I'm going to copy it and put that in.
Yeah, MF Vapes is actually a e-juice company in America. So, but the thing is, you can type in MF Vapes and it comes up with my channel now, because I've obviously got some search results, so it does actually come up. So even if you do put the S on, you should be able to find it.
Yeah.
But it is just MF Vape, because I did my research beforehand, and I obviously couldn't have Mike Vape.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, that would have been confusing, wouldn't it? I did it with mine, to be honest with you. I googled mine. It was so like the way that SoulOhm came about was because my actual band was Soul Catcher.
Oh right.
And I just wanted to obviously keep the soul, and I thought soul, as in solo, as in on your own, SoulOhm, and that's where it came from. So I thought, right, sounds a good name that. I like that one. And then I googled it to see if nothing. I thought, brilliant, this will do nicely. So obviously did all my logos and everything, and started reviewing. And then about a year into me reviewing, one of my friends turned around and said, have you got a website yet? I goes, no, I'm not big enough to have a website yet. Yeah. So it was sort of like, I really should get a website, even if I get just the domain name. So I thought, right, I'll do that. So it was just SoulOhm.com. That's all I wanted. Nothing special. And believe it or not, there is a SoulOhm.com, but the company is for metalwork, and the company's not even called SoulOhm.
What? You wouldn't credit it, would you?
You wouldn't believe it, would you? But there is actually. So I had to put the reviews on the end.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's like on Instagram. You type in MF Vape, and there's loads of MF Vapes on there. I couldn't even have that. I had to have MF_Vape.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, I believe so that's obviously why I didn't put the S on the end as well. So
Because I always wanted to leave the reviews bit off and just have SoulOhm. That's all I wanted to be. It was SoulOhm.
It's easier to remember, isn't it? Just the one word.
But even if you look on my actual YouTube channel, it is called just SoulOhm. It's not called SoulOhm Reviews. It's just SoulOhm. So, but I've had to use the reviews part for me website. You won't believe it, would you? I could have I could have gone for the .co.uk, but I wanted the .com. I was sort of like, no, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. I want .com.
I just went. I did a little website myself, but I just thought it can't hurt to do it. It does cost a few quid to get it set up, doesn't it? I thought I'll just get it out there. Just go full hog.
Lisa thought I was into Northern Soul. Right, I will give you a very, 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 very short edited version of Soulcatcher. When I left school, I started working at a warehouse, and there was a very dear old lady that was from America, and she was originally a Native American. And she was very much into her heritage and things like that. And we used to talk for hours and hours, and she always used to say, "You've been here before, for what you know." And she started calling me my little soul catcher, and that's where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the small edited version.
Isn't it?
So it's a name that's always stuck with me, so that's where the soul and own bit comes from. See, you learn something here.
That's that Soulcatcher. Name of your band, was it?
Yeah, Soulcatcher and the Doofer Diddley Band. Do you know what a Doofer Diddley? Doofer Diddley band.
Doofer Diddley.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
A Doofer Diddley is a thingamajig, a whatchamacallit, a thing.
Yeah.
It's because obviously I play a stick in a box, a 3-string stick in a box, and a bass drum. I was on my own.
What do they call them? The old
Me cigar box guitars.
No, those little wooden boxes. They've got a name.
Oh, the canjos.
Is it canjo? It was something else. I'm sure my mate had one. I can't remember what it was called.
The one with the box, and you've actually got a snare at the side.
Yeah,
but it's all on the inside.
Is it a canjo?
I think it's a canjo, something like that. No, it's not.
They're pretty cool, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you just want to play like you go for a jam around someone's house and that, they get their acoustics out. You just sit there playing that because it isn't extravagantly loud.
No,
it sounds like a proper drum kit they're playing as well. Then,
oh yeah, I mean when I was playing, I was on my own most of the time. It was so like I used to have my bass drum and hi-hat. When my hi-hat was the original 1920s hi-hat, which is actually called a low man, and it only stands about this high, and it was the original what hi-hats used to be like. Back in the day until they actually raised them up, so like in the early 60s. So yeah, we got one of them.
Nice.
And I was obviously 1 foot on either side, playing guitar and singing at the same time.
It's a little one-man band there.
Yeah, the whole one-man band, yeah. And I released a single back in, 1994. I went into the studio, recorded a single, and it got to 128 in the blues charts on iTunes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice
I was well proud of that. My little hint of fame there.
Hi, Belinda there in the chat. Thanks for saying hello. Mark, I've just remembered what he used to call it cajon. What do you call it? Cajun.
Cajun.
I think cajon he used to say, the bloke who had one.
All right. It might be. Yeah. Because
the J may be pronounced Spanish or if it's Portuguese, it would be cajon. I think that's what it was, the cajon.
Vape and me, I had to remember halfway through the show. I forgot to put live in AVC. Hello. Good evening, sir. Hello, Belinda. I didn't say hello to you as well. I keep on missing everybody in chat because we're busy talking. But hello, everyone in chat. I hope you're all right. Gail, I've got to give you hugs. Vaping Postman, I already said hello to you and everybody.
Hello, FP. How you doing, Vaping Postman?
You hear that Mark likes squeezing squonk bottles? Really? Okay. Oh, I don't mind it. The odd squonky. I'm getting squonky here.
Cajun style chicken, Devil Vapor said. Yeah, that's it, man. Cajon style chicken, mate.
That's the third time I've just dropped not this other. Might you sexy? Ooh.
Hello, Mark. You Turbo Mong. Is that the right terminology for Mark's channel?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I know it normally begins with a C.
Have you seen Mark's Facebook group? I can't believe how they talk to each other on it. It's just so funny.
Yeah, it's so different
Do you
to
know
us. We're polite and hello, how are you and everything. Now it's them. Now then you.
Yeah, exactly. Now then you get. What do you think of this, you Turbo Mongs?
You mong.
It's classic though, isn't it?
Oh,
Like,
it's brilliant.
I work in an office where I've got quite a few younger people who are obviously brought up a little bit differently to our generation, where we used to be able to take the piss out of lots of things that you're not allowed to these days. And whenever I'm talking, they say, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. And I'm saying, what are you on about? I'm just being myself. But they're so PC. Anyone who's under the age of 25, you can't joke about anything. So it's like the actual freedom of speech has just gone out of the window.
Yeah.
And
we was talking about it the other day. Ironically, talking exactly about this. I mean, we grew up with people like Benny Hill and all that kind of stuff, and you just wouldn't get away with it now. Not nowadays. You just can't get away with it. Well, I think everyone's offended by something.
Oh, mate.
It's absolutely scary. It really is.
But if you want to vent off, go onto Mark's Facebook group and you can say what you like on there. It's like they have got their own Bill of Rights on that group. So.
I like it though. It is good. I do like Mark's. I love reading it. I don't put much in as in sort of like posting but I can sit for ages and read.
It cracks up, doesn't it? It's brilliant as well, and everyone's got a lot of gear that they show on there. They're quite knowledgeable crowd on there.
Yeah, he's got what's he call them? The army.
CVP army.
That's it. The army. I love it. And don't forget to check Vic. He'll be on in about just over half an hour, and the gang. Obviously, you have Vic, Dean, and who else do we have? Vic, Dean,
Empire.
Empire. That's it. It was Empire.
TVP.
Brain won't work there. See how it just froze. Jules, hiya, sweetheart. Didn't see you there.
Hi, Jules.
Loving your new channel. I think it's absolutely brilliant. You're cracking that one for sure. The first video she did was she had jizz in her mouth.
Yeah, I know. I did watch that the other day, actually. I couldn't believe that. Someone's named the juice jizz.
I think the worst one review that I ever saw, what was it? Alien piss. Why would you want to call a juice alien piss?
Why would you want to vape a juice called alien piss as well?
It's what the? Yeah, but I suppose it's marketing and selling, but no. Hello, good evening, and today we're going to be reviewing alien piss. No.
Yeah, Lisa Forbes just said, I'm PC. Yep, you really are, darling. Yeah.
Big boys, I believe I am. Just double check that now. Go to channel. I'm almost certain I'm subscribed to you, kiddo.
Hi, Chris. How you doing, mate?
Yes,
Chris
I am
Ball.
subscribed to Big Boy Coils. I thought I had. Phew, you had me worried then.
Turbo Mongs one and all. Bill Richards there.
Bless. So what is coming up on MF Vape then this week or next week?
Well, there would have been a couple of reviews this week, but like I said, I got jizz on me at top, so it wasn't jizz, it was toothpaste. So
that's what you tell. Is that what you're telling Lisa?
Yeah, well, I'm like there, like zooming in, thinking, what? How the hell did that get there? I didn't think it was.
That wasn't so like one of these danger wanks, were it? It's like shit.
Honestly, Mark, it wasn't. It wasn't a wank, mate. Honestly, I'd have held my hand up. If it was, I would have left it on there actually and put it out. But yeah, so we would have had the Zeus Duel and the coily tool review. But both of those I recorded with some toothpaste down my top, and I just couldn't bring myself to put it out. I nearly did put them out, but I can't be dealing with people like commenting. And I just thought, no, I'm going to have to redo the the FaceTime stuff. So you're going to have to wait for them, basically. But what I have got out, though, is the Rage Squonk mod review, and the Recurve, and the Expo vlog. So if you haven't seen any of those three, check those out. We've got the Zeus Duel coming up, and I've got a week off work as well, so I'm hoping to get out, do some serious recording. Because I've got about 10 or 15 things I need to review, but it's so hard to get on top of them, isn't it? Like, you test them out, but to actually, especially RTAs, they take forever, especially if you're going to do a rebuild in them, because they're a little bit trickier than your RDAs to actually record, a little bit more finicky. So, yeah.
I find it very hard to build on camera. I can build, I could sit here and build, not a problem, but before I do go, I will mention next week I will be carrying on the Lord Coggington's juice reviews on the channel. Obviously this week's just a special, but I still will put his links down in the description of this video anyway. And I think what next week we'll be having a look at is the, where is it now, Coggy's Mix. So we'll be having a look at that next week, guys. So obviously if anyone was asking about the juice review, actually it's all set up, but obviously we're running a bit out of time. Right, I'm going to start slowly wrapping this up. Just want to give a big shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for supporting us. And Mike, thank you for coming on. You are my official first ever guest on the Home Service Live Show.
Thank you very much for having me, Mark. I've really enjoyed myself tonight. I just want to say something to Databus there. He goes, what's that on my shirt now? That's actually a logo on the shirt. That is not jizz, I can assure you. But I've had a real good time tonight, Mark. Thanks for that. You've got a great channel there. I love watching your reviews. And there will be that juice review coming up, actually, Vapeaholic, from the guy called David, I think it is, on Facebook. And when it comes up, I'll obviously put the full name of the company and his name on there. But I can't believe it. I've just got a proper brain fart, and I can't remember what it's called. So
there's nothing worse. I think one of the worst things that I get is these pronunciations of, especially on tanks and RDAs, when they come up with these weird names. Excuse me, burpies. Weird names. It's so like we was talking about the Equitus or Equitus. It's
yeah, I know.
Oh God, can't you call it something like Derek? It's the today we're going to be reviewing the Derek RDA.
Exactly. It just phonetically just sounds like what it's written as, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's really, really hard. So yes, I'm going to wrap this up now. So thanks ever so much, everybody, for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit that like button, please don't forget to hit that like button as well. One more, please go over and subscribe to MF Vape, please. And we'll be very, very grateful if you did that and show your wonderful support. Right, I'm going to wrap it up now.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks ever so much for watching, and I so appreciate it. I'll let you have the final say.
Thank you very much, Mark. I thoroughly enjoyed this, mate. We'll have to do it again. Maybe I'll get you on my channel when I work out how to use OBS. Because the trouble is, I'm a real technophobe, mate. So I do need helping out when it comes to things like that. But I'd love to have you on my show to return the favour.
Oh, it'd be brilliant.
Thanks to everyone in chat that has said hello and whatever. I've totally not been catching up on chat. If anyone's been asking anything, I'm sorry about that, but I really think you're all awesome, and yeah,
I like this.
You're all great.
Someone
you're what
sucking
makes
on a
it worthwhile,
Dalek.
isn't it, Mark?
It's definitely. Without chat, we would be nothing, and yeah, I really do appreciate it. So I'm going to say ta-ra, and thanks ever so much for watching. Coming up soon is Vic's show, so don't forget to check him out, as I'm sure all of you will be doing. So from me and Mike, happy vaping.
Happy vaping.
Bye.
Cheers.